Sine law, or we can call sine formula, is a very useful way to help us to find the lengths and angles in a triangle. The law or the formula is given by a over sine A, b over sine B, and also c over sine C. These ratios are equal to each other. So we are not going to say or to prove this formula, but to learn how to apply it. Before we look at some examples, we try to take a look on what is the meaning of small ABC and also capital letter ABC. A, capital letter A, normally referring to the angle. For example, angle A is here, but in short, we just say sine A over there. Opposite to angle A, there should be a side. So now on the picture, you can see it's BC. We will call the length to be small a. So that's why angle and opposite side, they are related to each other in the sine law. Similarly, you have angle B, so we use sine B in short. Opposite to it, you have the length or side AC with length B, and the ratio, they will be connected to each other. Lastly, sine C, that means talking about angle C, and its ratio to the opposite side AB, which is called small letter c. And this is the formula called sine law. The sine law has some variations on the writing of the formula, including the ratio can be turned upside down, so which makes a new formula called sine angle A over A, sine angle B over B, and sine angle C over C. Or in other words, you can also say the ratio of sine angle A, angle B, and sine angle C, they are equal to small a, small b, and small c in ratio. Sine law will be used when you are matching two pairs of lengths and angles. So let's see the illustration in the following example. So before we applied it, then you have to match the sides and also the angles. For example, A now should be matching to 60. Okay, next one would be B matching to 70. And lastly, 5 will be matching to angle C. And now the question is asking you to solve the triangle ABC. So what do we mean by solve? Solve, it means that you are required to find all the lengths and also the angles in this triangle. So that's why you have to find B, you have to find A, and you have to find angle C. Now have a very quick look on the question. Which one is the easiest to find? Yes, definitely. Angle C is the most obvious one to solve it, because you can just apply simply angle sum of triangle to get it, so which gives you a 50 degree. After that, then we can start matching the sides and also the angles in order to apply the sine law. In order to apply the sine law, normally we will consider all the ratios at the same time, but we may be picking two of them to consider it, maybe side A and side B, or maybe B and C, or A and C. And afterward, now we take a look on 5 at angle C first. So that's why we have 5 over sine 50 degree, which is equal to the other pair, maybe let's say B and 70. So we have B over sine 70 degree. So you do the calculation very quickly and carefully. B will be 5 sine 70 over sine 50 degree. And you use your calculator very carefully, 5 sine 70 over sine 50, which gives you 6.13 cm, no cm, okay, so that's all. So for 6.13. Similarly, we can match A and the 60 degree. So you have A over sine 60 degree equal to, of course, we use the old one, 5 over sine 50. So this time you can omit the step by just using the calculator, 5 sine 60 over sine 50, in order to get the answer, which gives you 5.65. And we finally finish a question called solving triangle ABC. In this example, you'll find it's a little bit harder because the picture is not given to you. So that's why we need to draw a triangle by ourselves. And I would suggest you, first of all, draw a very casual one. So because if the triangle is not in scale, it doesn't matter. It's just helping us to understand the scenario and choose the proper method. For example, I just mark ABC, triangle ABC as follow. Angle A now is given to be 30, so I mark it here. BC to be a 6. So that's why it's very good, because 6 and 30, they're opposite to each other. It's a very great signal for you to apply sine law. AC would be a 10, or maybe I change the color, so it's a 10 here. So that's why it should be facing or matching with angle B, sine angle B in the sine law. And once again, the question is asking us to solve it, so that's why we need to find it one by one. And now let's see how we are going to do it. So first of all, you will see this time 6 over sine 30 degree will be equal to 10 over sine, and this time you're asked to find sine angle B in this case. Because it's a fraction and fraction on both sides, so it would be better for you to do cross multiplication, giving you 6 sine angle B is equal to 10 sine 30 degree. And now apply your calculator carefully, and you should have got, okay, let me see. So which gives you angle B to be 56.4. But this time I won't stop at 368 because the angle B will be used to find angle C in angle sum of triangle afterward. So that's why I suggest you to write a longer answer, for example 668, in order to help us to have a more precise answer for the next part. And finally, but you still need to end it up with 368 for the answer. So whereas in order to find angle C, so as we just mentioned right now, you need to use angle sum of triangle. So that's why you have angle C to be 180 minus 30 and minus angle B. In applying your calculator, make sure that you are using the old long one for angle B. So that is 180 minus 30 minus 56.4427 at last. And angle C, you find that it's a little bit larger one, greater than 90, 93.5573. Once again, we keep a long one and end the answer finally in 368 only, because the answer here may be applied again. So that's why we solve all the angles in the question. And then, so going back to the very first line, some of you may choose to, well, because I'm going to find the angle, sine angle B, and I don't want to do the cross multiplication in this case. So how about we start, the formula will be sine angle B over 10 equal to sine 30 degree over 6. So in this case, you can get sine angle B very quickly without using cross multiplication. And so as angle B, you also get 56.4. So you will see that the formula will be kind of like turn it upside down. So this is a variation of the sine law. Finally, we still have the length, which is called AB, which is not given. Normally we will call C because it's opposite to angle C. I should write it in red here. So that's why C, or maybe if you don't like it, you can write AB directly, over sine angle C, which is the long one I just mentioned, sine 93.5573 degree, equal to the pair in yellow. Maybe in blue will be better, 6 over sine 30. So once again, use your calculator very carefully, 6 over sine 30, multiply to sine 93.5573. And this is the final outcome. So that's why I can write 368 directly, which is 12.0. So hopefully you'll find that sine law is not very difficult matter and you can apply it quite easily. You will be very curious about why we need to reconsider this question once again, because there's something to be alert when you apply sine law. This is something which we always forget to read it or to be alert about it. Now going back to this step, so which is called 6 sine angle B is 10 sine 30. If you check your calculator carefully, so it should be talking about sine angle B is 5 over 6. So in calculator using shift sign, you have 56.4427 in the previous solution. But now we've got a trouble. Because 5 over 6 is positive here, that means sine law will give you two answers. One is in quadrant 1, one is in quadrant 2. So that's why besides 56.4427, there should be one more answer in the second quadrant. This answer is still valid because in second quadrant, it's still an angle less than 180. So that's why by making use of the concept of reference angle, then you should have an answer which is called 123.5573. Or that means the answer will be 124 degree in this question. So as a result, besides the solution of angle C, as well as we did before talking about finding AB is blah blah blah, then there should be another answer talking about the second situation. So now you have to do it again. For angle C, the second alternative would be 180 degree minus 30, and also minus angle B, in which we will take this 123.5573 in the answer. So that's why we should have 123.5573. You should have got 26.4427, or is 26.4 degree. So for the part about finding AB, by making use of sine law once again, AB over sine angle C equal to 6 over sine 30 degree. And AB by calculator, then you should have got, it should be 5.34 finally. So next time when you apply sine law, be careful, alert that there may be second answer in quadrant 2 when you consider a triangle. If you finish the part about cosine law as well, then this slide will be helping you to identify to which question we should apply sine law and in which question we should apply cosine law. So let's start from the sine law part first, which I put in green. Sine law normally we will use it in two situations. One will be when you have two pairs of sides and angle, for example, the following two pictures. So you will see that 6 is facing to 70, so we have the ratio 6 over sine 70 here. It will be equal to 5 over sine theta. So this is a situation of two sides, one angle given, and you want to find the last angle. The other situation would be you have an unknown A, which is facing 60, so that's why you have A over sine 60. Whereas you also have 6 over sine 70, which helps you to set up the sine law formula. The second case will be given three angles and one side, so as illustrated in the following green triangle. In this case, you will see that, for example, you want to find B, and B over sine 50 is up here, while 6 over sine 70 is another pair. So that's why they're equal to each other. In case you are asked to find A, so you can make use of A over sine 60 to find the answer. So both cases, they are corresponding to sine law. While in yellow, we are talking about the situation which apply cosine law. The first case will be three sides given. For example, like 6, 4, and 8 given in the picture. The question should ask you to find the angle. For example, the one I call theta here. So in this case, you write down, okay, 4 square will be 8 square, 6 square, 2x 6 cosine theta, and you can find it. Or maybe you are asked to find another angle, for example, pi, which is facing to 6. So in this case, you have 6 square will be x square, 4 square, 2x 4, and cosine pi. So this is a question about cosine law. Another situation would be in the second case called two sides and included angle given. Now repeat again, included angle given is important. So in this case, it should be asking you to find the remaining length. For example, I call A. So in this situation, you have A square will be 8 square, 6 square, minus 2x 6 cosine 30. And by this formula, cosine law, you can find the value of A. And now you may ask, what if an included angle is not given? So for example, if you have 6, you have 8, and given like 70 here. And in this situation, you will see that 6, okay, I should use green, 6 facing to 70. So that's why 8 will be facing to this angle, and you have to find it out. So in case you are asked to find the theta in this formula, then you need to do it in two steps. Number one, you have to, okay, for example, I call this pi here. So you have to, first of all, 8 over sine pi equal to 6 over sine 70. So you have to find out what is pi first. Afterward, theta will be given by 180 degree minus 70 degree and minus pi. So in this case, it falls to a question to be applying sine law.